Like, this foundation is, for me, like, woo! What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be filming something a bit different. Basically, I'm going to be talking to you guys about what my ultimate favourite foundations are. Now, these are not specifically high end or low end, these are just whatever my favourite foundations are, I'm going to be telling you guys about. Yeah, I kind of just want to start because I feel like this is going to be a long video. I think you guys will know if you watch my channel what my ultimate number one is. I would hope that you would know anyway. I'm joking, but let's start because I think this is going to be long. Okay, so I am going to start by talking about my ultimate favourite foundation of all time. This is the Kogan Do Aqua Foundation. I use the shade 213. If I'm totally honest, this foundation sits like a few pegs above all the rest of the foundations that I'm going to talk about next. I do love everything in this video that I'm talking about, that's why they're my favourites, but nothing in my eyes will ever beat this foundation. This is everything to me. Like, this foundation, if they stopped selling this, I literally would have a heart attack. Like, I love this foundation so much. The reason that I love it is because it is a satin finish foundation. So it's not a dewy foundation, it's not a matte foundation, it's satin finish. That's not the only reason I like it. It's because it mimics the look of skin. And I don't know how they do it because this foundation is a medium full coverage. So it actually is full coverage foundation, but it looks like skin, if that makes any sense. So you can continuously build this foundation up and keep on layering it and it will never look cakey. It still looks like skin. I don't understand why. I literally only need 2 pumps of this foundation and my skin looks flawless. And I don't have the best skin. Like, sometimes my skin is good, sometimes it's bad. This foundation never fails me. It always covers everything that I want to cover and it looks natural and looks beautiful and it's undetectable. Like, when you go outside, and you know when you go outside and you see some people's foundation, no shade, but it looks like they're wearing foundation. It looks cakey, it looks heavy. This will never ever look like that on your skin. And I think that's why I like it, because I've said this a million times, I like natural makeup. I like to see my skin, even though I don't have the best skin at times, I still don't really mind having, you know, imperfections show through, because that's like, I don't know, it sounds cheesy, but it's real, it's like normal. And that's why I like this foundation. I don't like this, I love this. This is my child, my everything. I can't say enough good things about the Kogan Do Aqua Foundation. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely recommend it. You can get it on Beautylish, and it is a Japanese brand. I think that's why it's so good, because they're always very like intelligent with their skincare and all that sort of stuff. So I love this foundation so much. Like, I honestly cannot say enough good things about it. I don't want to ramble on too much about it because it's probably getting a bit annoying, but this will forever be my favourite. Alright, so now that I've got my ultimate favourite foundation out of the way, I'm going to talk about the rest in no particular order. These all kind of sit at the same level for me. They're all my favourites, but they all kind of sit at the same level. So the Kogan Do and then all of these. So this is the Benefit Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow Foundation. This foundation is incredible. So basically this is more of like a dewy, it's kind of similar to the Kogan Do, it's like a dewy sort of satin finish, and it just sits absolutely beautiful on the skin. It doesn't cake up. I would say this is a medium buildable coverage as well. I absolutely love this. I would recommend this for teenagers as well. Like, I feel like this is a really good first foundation. Like, if you want to get a nice foundation that's good for your skin, it lets your skin breathe, and you're young, I would highly recommend the Benefit Hello Flawless. I think this is it's just a very standard foundation, but it's absolutely gorgeous and it looks so beautiful on the skin. It doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey, it just looks very natural. So I love the Benefit Hello Flawless, and it does give full coverage. Like, I know I'm saying like natural and light, but it actually does give bang full coverage. So it's an amazing foundation. I love mixing it with other foundations as well. I love to mix my foundations, just so you guys know. Like, I love mixing foundations. Like, I will literally mix like 4 different foundations, and my face, like, I love it. So it's so weird. I feel like I'm in like a little computer lab, a science lab, like mixing all my things together. So I love this, and it does come with a pump. All the foundations that I'm going to talk about come with a pump, which is so good. So that is the Benefit Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow. Okay, so the next foundation I'm going to talk about is actually gone. I've used this all up. This is the EX1 Invisiwear Liquid Foundation. I adore this foundation, you guys, but the only thing that I hate about it is that the shade range of this brand sucks so bad. Like, they literally have 4 shades in this foundation, and this was way too dark for me. I always had to mix it with a lighter foundation. I have tried it by itself though, like on my face when I was really tan, and the formula of it is incredible. Like, honestly, it is more of like a satin finish. It's not as dewy as the other 2 that I mentioned, but it is absolutely incredible. Again, it mimics the look of skin. It's very natural. You can literally pile it on and it will never look cakey. So that's always a really big bonus in a foundation, because I used to love the Estee Lauder Double Wear when I was like a lot younger, but I realized that it just looked so cakey and heavy on my skin. All the foundations that I like now are very natural looking, and you can build them up and they never look cakey. So this is incredible. It looks beautiful on the skin, and the only thing I hate about it, like I said, is the shade range, but I'm definitely gonna order some more of these. I love this foundation, and another fave. So the next foundation is one from the drugstore. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. I'm sure you've heard a lot of people talk about it because this is very like highly raved about, and it is so well deserved. This foundation is absolutely amazing. The formula is a matte foundation, obviously. It's very full coverage. I would definitely recommend this for all skin types, like whether you're dry, medium, oily. I would recommend this for everyone. Just certain things you just have to do to your skin. Like if you're dry, put on more of a dewy primer. If you're oily, this will be perfect anyway. So I absolutely love this foundation. It's full coverage. If I want something just like a standard full coverage matte foundation, I always go for this foundation. It is amazing, and if you want a good foundation from the drugstore, this is the first one that I would recommend. It's absolutely just so good. And it looks really good in pictures as well, because some foundations you have that horrible flashback. This looks really nice in pictures, and perfect for like a prom, night out, whatever. L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. Okay, so the next foundation I'm going to talk about is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Now, I did actually mention in my favourites video that I bought this in Sydney like last year, and I tried it like twice while I was there, maybe, yeah, I think it was about 2 times, and I decided like that I hated it. It looked really bad on my skin. I felt like my pores looked huge, and I was like, shit, I spent $98 on a foundation that I hate. But I got back and I kind of just left it in my drawer for like, I'd say 3 weeks, and then I ended up trying it again, and I started loving the way that it looked on my skin, and I have no idea what changed. I don't know if I just applied it differently. I can't tell you what happened, but honestly, this is like one of my favourite foundations of all time. Like, this foundation is absolutely incredible. It is more of a dewy satin finish, so it's more on the dewy side, but I absolutely love it. It is a beautiful, like, it's like medium full coverage as well. So I absolutely love this foundation. I think it would be nice for like a wedding, something like that, because I think a lot of people wear a matte foundation for a wedding to make it last, but I personally would wear something like this that makes your skin just enhances the skin. It's absolutely stunning. This foundation is very popular, but for a very good reason. It is a beautiful foundation, and if you want to splurge on a high-end foundation, I would definitely recommend the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, because I have actually like combo skin, and this looks stunning on my skin. So that is the Giorgio Armani. I use the shade 4, and I would highly recommend this. Okay, so the next foundation, I'm pretty sure I haven't ever mentioned this on my channel, which is really weird to me because this is literally like one of the best foundations, and it's so underrated. So this is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24-Hour Foundation. This is really underrated foundation. It is so incredible. So basically, this is more of a matte foundation. I would say this is like a velvet matte. Well, that's what it's called anyway. A velvet matte foundation. I don't know why more people like talk about this. It is so amazing. This is one of the best foundations that I've ever used. It lasts all day, and the thing is about this foundation is that it gradually looks better throughout the day, which is probably one of my favorite things about it. So when you first put it on, it does look like you're wearing foundation, but as you wear it throughout the day, it just looks better and better and better and better, which is really weird. But I absolutely adore this foundation. The only thing, I don't love the shades, because this is the only shade that would kind of match my like skin tone and the lightness of my skin tone, but it's very pink. It's got a very pink undertone, and I think a lot of the shades do have a very pink undertone, but the foundation itself, the formula, is absolutely incredible. This is more like something that I would wear when I want my foundation to last a really long time. I would always go for this one. So Lancome Teint Idole, I say this is really underrated, and I think more people should talk about this because it's a beautiful foundation. Okay, and my last foundation is another one from the drugstore. This is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. Now, out of all the foundations that I spoke about, I probably would say this is the most dewy. Like, this is a very dewy foundation. So saying that, if you do have like really oily skin, I probably wouldn't recommend getting this just because it won't last on your skin. It'll slip and slide around and it will just come off. So I have combo, and this still does last a really long time on my skin and it looks beautiful. But if you have really oily skin, I probably just wouldn't recommend it because it is so dewy. I absolutely love the formula of this foundation. Like, this is definitely a gem in the drugstore because the formula, it just looks so beautiful. Honestly, it's stunning. It's like a medium coverage and extremely dewy. So this is one of my favorite foundations, and the smell of this, it smells like fruit. Honestly, I want a perfume or a shampoo or something that smells like this. It is absolutely beautiful, but it's such a good foundation regardless of the smell. So yes, that is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. Alright, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was something a little bit different, but I actually had such a good time filming this because fact about me is that foundations are probably like one of my ultimate favourite makeup products. I have a weird foundation fetish. Not really, but foundations are probably one of my favourites, and like whenever it's my birthday or something, I'll always ask for like a new foundation because I don't know, I just love trying new foundations and falling in love with new products. So yeah, saying that, if you guys have any other video requests, just leave them down below and I will film it. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. Bye!